Hi, I'm Katie from the tech team, and if you're looking to learn a new skill in the new year, Charleston County Public Library has the resource for you. With your Charleston County Public Library card, you have free access to a wonderful training tool currently called Lynda.com. It will soon be changing its name to LinkedIn Learning, but no matter the name, there are some wonderful training videos that you can access through our online databases. In this video, you're going to learn how to create an account, search for some learning tutorials, watch those tutorials, and even how to access your certificates of completion afterwards. I hope you're ready to learn a new skill. Let's get going. To access Lynda.com, or LinkedIn Learning as it will soon be called, you need to start on the Charleston County Public Library website, ccpl.org. From there, you're going to want to find the Research tab and click on that, and then that is going to load our database page. Now, Lynda, or LinkedIn Learning, can usually be found under our featured databases, but if for some reason you don't see it there, you can also find it under the Careers and Education section. So I'm going to give it a click over here, and it's going to take us to a login page. If you've used Lynda before, this might look a little bit different than what you're used to. It used to ask for your library card number and a password, but now it wants your library card number and the PIN associated with your account. If you do not know your PIN number, please feel free to give us a call or stop by your local branch and we can look that up for you. So for now, I am going to type in my library card number. And my PIN number. Get rid of this pop-up. And I'm going to log in. Now, if this is your first time using Lynda.com or LinkedIn Learning, what you're going to be prompted to do after typing in your library card number and PIN is you're going to type in your first name and your email account. But I already had a Lynda account, so I don't have to do that. And for those of you that have been using Lynda prior to this login change, do not worry. All of your old certificates and videos and what were you in the middle of watching the last time you logged in will still be there. So this is your landing page for Lynda. It does have some popular learning paths right at the top. There's some skills in here from becoming a video editor to maybe opening your own small business, some of the little things that go into that. So there are a lot of soft skills that you can learn from Lynda as well as some technical skills. Of course, there will be some recommendations from you, some of their newer videos, what's popular amongst other users, and what's popular at your organization over here. So please feel free to click through these. And you'll have some recommended videos based on your prior watching history and other courses that you've completed. If you haven't completed any courses yet, your recommended area might not be quite as tailored to you, but that'll happen the more that you watch. So in addition to these recommendations or these popular learning paths, of course you can do a search right up here. So if I need to improve my Excel skills, for example, I can start typing in Microsoft, and you'll see it already has kind of a couple suggestions. Microsoft Teams is another popular one these days, but right here is Microsoft Excel. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to load all of these results for Microsoft Excel. Some of them 5 minutes long is just a clip from another video. You can see that right here. It is this section from this larger video. But then we have some learning paths here that are going to be multiple courses. So Lynda or LinkedIn Learning is great for one-off videos as well as videos that are going to build upon each other, that you'll kind of feel like you're taking a course, except for, not dealing with a professor perhaps. But you do have some customizations and some ways you can refine your search on the left-hand side. If you just want to look at courses or learning paths, you can select that. If you just want single videos, you can click on that as well. Also, your skill level. Maybe you are not a beginner with Excel, maybe you're pretty good at it already, so you can kind of narrow it down to more intermediate or advanced videos. That way you're not starting off lower than where you're already at. Although refresher courses are always beneficial, especially as Excel and other software updates over the years. You can customize how long you want your videos to be and maybe kind of what category or subcategory they fit into. So again, Excel for Mac over here, you can customize your software. So all of these things right here, you can kind of narrow down the results, because almost 12,000 results for Excel can be a little intimidating. But if I just want to look at the advanced options, if I'm an Excel expert, it will kind of take away a good chunk of that, and it'll just kind of bring up some of these other courses and videos that are a little bit more advanced with Excel. So if I find a course that I like and that I feel like I need to come back to later or watch now, whenever you hover over the video, you can get a preview for it. You can immediately go in and watch it now, or you'll see this little plus sign that appears over here. I can add this to a playlist. This is what I do a lot because I like to search for several videos either on a similar topic or several different topics and kind of get them all together, and then I can sit down later and watch them. Doesn't matter if you prefer to start your training immediately or if you're just trying to build a playlist. But whenever you do build a playlist, you'll click on this plus sign and you'll have some options. I already have a work training playlist because I do use Excel training and other types of training from Lynda quite often. But I can create a new playlist, which is what some of you might want to do if you don't have any playlists. And so whenever I click on this button here, I get the option to name my playlist. And so maybe I'll just start off with Excel training. You can give it a description. Maybe I'll say, advanced options for Excel. And once I click on create, you'll see it's now down here on my playlist list, and there's a check mark next to it because this video has been added to it. You'll see it right here. If I kind of click off and hover back around to it, you'll see that it now has the check instead of the plus sign. So this has been added to my playlist. I could keep going on down, do the same thing for this one right here, click on playlist, click on Excel training, and there we go. So now I'm starting to build a playlist. So how do I get back to this playlist if, say, I click on the Lynda.com icon up here, takes me all the way back to my home. You'll see on the left-hand side that I have options to continue watching some videos that I left off at. I really barely touched this Dropbox one. But then I also have my playlists, and if it was a longer list than this, I could click on See All. And it shows me that, okay, my playlist is empty, but if I go to work training, there are 15 different options here. I can rank them in priority if I want to. If I think Instagram, I need to make it more of a priority than anything else, I can click this button and jump it to the top. Or you can click and drag things around too. But this is just not necessary, but it could be something that if you kind of want to prioritize your training lists here. And then I can go to my Excel training as well, and you'll see that these two are here. I've made no progress on them. It'll tell me how much time I have remaining on them because you might want to know before you dive in, because again, these are something you can stop and start. You do not have to go through an entire course with each login, but it will let you know kind of where you left off. If I go back to my work training, I do want to show you something. There are some options on here, hide that maybe I don't feel like I need that training anymore. So this learning Facebook video right here, if I decide that that's not really something I want to learn anymore, I don't really need this to be on my work training playlist, I can click this X right here and I can remove it from the list. Of course, I could search for it again if I want to add it back later, but I do like to kind of clean up my list periodically. Once you finish watching something on Lynda, it will no longer be under your playlists. It will instead be moved to your course history. You'll see that right here at the top. I'm going to click on course history, and you'll see that these are the 22 courses that I have viewed in Lynda and it automatically sorts them from the most recent that I have viewed and completed. So you'll see it's been a little while since I've completed a course in here, but I could go back and rewatch any of these if I wanted to, or I could view my certificate from these. And this is something pretty cool that Lynda offers you. Whenever you finish watching a class, you can get a certificate from it, and you can put it on your wall. You can kind of print it out or just save it on the computer if you want to, but you do kind of get a prize at the end, just something that says, hey, you know, John Smith watched this class, the whole 3 hours of it, and here's his certificate proving that. And if you want, you click on View Certificate. It takes me back to the video where I could watch it again if I wanted to, but it's got my achievement right here that I could share on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, or again, it could automatically publish it to my profile in LinkedIn. So great job. I earned a certificate of completion. This does give me a good chance to show you these are what videos look like on Lynda. They are kind of broken up into like subcategories. So, and it'll give you the little I whenever it registers that you have completed that you've watched it. So again, it is kind of these things where if you left off or if you got a little distracted, you could easily click back and go back to designing a training program if you didn't quite catch all the notes from that. It does also give you a transcript, so sometimes it can be hard to keep up, or if you're taking notes or whatnot, you can get the transcript from what you've been watching for each section. There are options to view it offline. You would have to download it for offline viewing. So if you're on your own computer, this could be helpful. And also some courses will come with exercise files. Not all, but especially those with Excel or even Word, if they're having you kind of practice along while you're doing this, because it's not just passively watching these trainings. There are a lot of interaction and course files that they would like you to complete, so you can definitely download the files, and they'll reference them in the course whenever they'd like you to use them, or see the exercise training file whenever you're trying to work through something. Also, whenever you watch your videos, there might be some suggestions for what to watch next. So again, if it's something you're interested in, you can immediately go into it or add it to a playlist, which is what I love doing. This would be considered work training, so now this one has been added there. So we've kind of gotten a little buried here. We've kind of clicked on a few different things. Again, you can always get back to the home page from Lynda.com. So click there. You're back home. You've got your work. You can continue watching your playlists, all of these suggestions here in the middle. We haven't talked too much about your profile exactly, but we've kind of been in it inadvertently. So your profile again is where you can find your playlists, history, recommended, certificates, bookmarks, and where you can log out. If you go to your profile page, there's not too much there. It just kind of gives your first, your last name. Again, it doesn't put a whole bunch of information in here. It does not take a lot of your personal data. I could edit this if I wanted to. There's nothing really here that I want to add. I could, again, go back to my playlists if I wanted to. Again, all of my recommended videos would be here as well as on that home page based on what I have watched previously. Of course, if there's something you're not interested in, you can mark it as not interested and it'll improve your recommendations from that. Definitely play around with that whenever you get the chance to kind of customize your experience. Again, these certificates, I know I kind of showed you where you could share them to social media or your LinkedIn profile, but you can also just view it to have it to print as well. So again, this is one that I completed. I even get a certificate number, nice little check here. So again, feel free to save these on your computer or print them directly. But I hope this helps you get started with building on some of your soft skills or some of your technical skills. And thanks for joining me for this video. Please be on the lookout for Lynda.com changing its name to LinkedIn Learning, though it will still offer the same great training resources. If you encounter any issues with this resource, please feel free to reach out to the tech team. We're here to help, and we hope we see you soon. Thanks.